on, guys? Welcome back to Nushi Cube, your favorite YouTuber, TBY, the baddest YouTuber me, or C, and your favorite Nubian queen, back again with another video. This video is a little sensitive, so we're just gonna go ahead and take it lightly. This is, can you guess who's been shot? Who shot ya? So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get into it.
Doesn't look like you've been around a lot of gun violence, but what do I know?
You never know.
No, she ain't been shot.
I feel like she has. Just guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
How about
My name is Raymond.
No, but somebody pulled a gun out
My
on
name
me
is
twice.
Britt. I am a business operations manager for a tech company.
Today you're gonna guess who's.
I've been pulled. Somebody's pulled a gun on me.
I've been shot multiple times. I
You don't
used
look
to be
like
a
you've been
gang
shot.
member. I think I should kind of be a
Somebody
pro
pulled
on
a
this.
gun on me in traffic
Do you have familiarity?
because the person that I was driving with, she was driving
My
crazy,
family's military.
and they're
on both
driving
sides. I
sporadic
started
too
shooting
a
for
little
the first
bit.
time when I was like 15
And then
years
we,
old.
person
I
had
know a lot
got in front
about
of the
guns.
person,
I know a
and
lot
then
about the violence that it
they
comes,
told us
what
to roll
comes
the
with
window
it.
down.
I come from
And I was like, girl, don't
the
roll
poor
that window down.
neighborhoods
And
of
he flashed a
Chicago.
gun.
I've been in 3 school
Lame
shootings.
ass.
How old were you when you changed your life around?
26
So
is
lame.
when I made the
Grown ass man,
biggest
lame
change.
as
Had a
hell.
kid. After that, it was over.
How much of that is still with you?
All of it. I just deal with
That's
it
why I'm
every day.
eventually gonna get my
Therapy,
license, 'cause
doing
I
good.
can't- I don't really
coming
need
and
a
talking
license
about
to
it
get
like
into that,
this. I think it's important.
But I know how to shoot.
I'm ready. I'm
Don't be
Britt.
surprised.
Nice to meet you.
My aim is pretty
I'm
good.
going to say yes, Jackson has been shot before.
I'm gonna say no.
What was that, 5 seconds?
If somebody stepped up to you, getting in your face, would you walk away or would you handle it?
Me being an adult now, I try to think
adult.
hard about my decisions.
When you were younger, what would you have done?
Oh, absolutely socked them the fuck out.
Socked him the fuck
He
out.
said soft.
Have you seen guns next to cocaine? Have you seen
Yes.
guns next to weed? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
But
feel
he
like
probably
maybe
didn't
you know how to
partake in
turn
it.
the dollars over when we bring back the 8 balls. No tea, no shade. I think you have been shot.
I don't think he's been shot.
You have been shot because in your youth you would have just hit somebody, and now you think about what you're doing. So I think maybe you got into some altercation and somebody.
I think he's been
popped you.
stabbed.
Have you been shot?
Shot? No.
Yes. Okay, got one
the
right.
fuck?
What happened?
There's a huge drug culture in Seattle,
been
and so I was,
shot?
I got into it.
Oh.
At a point, started
I wanted to
selling
move
all
to
of
Seattle,
it,
too.
basically to feed my coke habit. I was
Yeah,
going
cocaine.
to buy a
habit.
gun from someone because I was really starting to push. But he had smoked some heroin earlier in the day. And
the
he was
hell?
messing with his little hammerless 38 and it went off and went through my car seat into me.
Oh
So it was
my
actually an
gosh.
accident.
It was an accident, but it wasn't an accident.
Yeah, it was a super hard lesson, but like I was on a path for jail or death.
Destruction.
I don't want to detract from your experience, but I did call it.
Can I see
That's
it?
lighthearted, okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends with that same zipper.
It almost hit my liver, but it didn't because it
Thank
went through
God.
the car seat first. And if it had hit
Thank
my liver,
God.
I would not be talking to you. Yep.
Thank God.
My brother. That was some grace and
Nobody
mercy.
but
I'm
you
sorry.
can
That
thank
was-
is God.
Did
That's
you
it.
stop selling?
Just thank God.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It definitely put me way back on a better life path.
When I got shot, I did the opposite because it was like a mark of respect.
You know what's interesting is like the first
Let me
time
get
I was
shot
like
and bleed
healed
out
up
so
enough
I
to
can
go
get
to a party
respected.
again.
What?
Like these popular girls who never talked to me were like, "Hi, Jason."
Because you've been,
Oh my God.
you've been through it.
And they
It's
probably look
crazy,
busted
right?
now,
That people thought
Jason.
you were cooler
corny.
because you've
Corny.
been shot.
Corny.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, brother. What's
Me
your name?
too, Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh, Jackson. I'm sorry. I thought it was Jason.
For sure. The car
Respect
seat.
you.
That's how my cousin got hit. This shit is.
I love the
insane.
fact that he
It's bringing
changed his
stuff
life.
up a little bit, but I'm okay.
Nobody but God.
I'm okay.
What is your stance on gun violence and gun control?
I'm definitely an advocate for women owning weapons.
Absolutely, same.
I feel like she
4th
got
of
shot.
July. Are you just chilling on the 4th
She's
of
very
July?
pretty.
I'm eating.
You're not tripping off the loud fireworks and stuff.
No.
Do you go to therapy?
I go to therapy weekly.
Absolutely, me
She's
too.
been
We all
shot.
need therapy. Period. Let's just get
Yeah, I
that
do.
out the
I
way.
need therapy.
But as black folk, it's not the thing. So, did something traumatic happen to you or something like that?
So something traumatic did happen.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say you ain't been shot.
I'm gonna say
Not
she's been
scared
shot.
of loud noises. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Oh, just-
What the
I've been
fudge?
around gun violence and I've actually
I'm losing. I don't like this.
I come from a medical background. I'm a bartender now, so I used to be a medic, someone was murdered outside of my job that I still currently work at.
Wow.
And I had to
It's this eerie
work
feeling
on
you get
him,
when you know the
doing
person.
it without the correct supplies. This was the first person that I worked on that actually passed away.
With everything that happened, is it difficult for you to go back into work, or?
It's hard. I think about
It hits
him a
hard
lot
when you're in the
and
medical field. I would
kind of
definitely
what his
say
family
that.
has to go
It's not for
through,
the weak.
so.
Well, you did all that you could.
That's why I really
That's not your
don't
fault. Yeah.
work in healthcare as I
Yeah.
used to. I don't like it.
Sweaty.
Yep, same.
You look
Stuff
like
I've seen is
somebody
ridiculous.
like from where I grew up. You know, you just hold yourself like that. He holds himself strong.
You got on a lot of blue though.
Like,
Sometimes, you know, different gangs got different colors that they wear, that they represent. Colors, no nothing.
No nothing.
You remind me of my uncles. I'm gonna say
I'm
yes.
gonna say no.
Yeah, was that an old joke?
No.
I'm gonna
It's
say
actually
no.
a very astute assessment. Yeah, you remind me of my uncles for real, so.
Do you go to therapy?
I do not go to therapy. Anything I need to talk to, I talk about to my family.
Absolutely. Therapy isn't for everybody. I do understand that. But have you had to go to your family about something?
I hope I get
traumatic
this
or
right. I'ma
something
just say
in your
no.
life?
Yeah, if I go back and talk to my mom about her beating my butt back then, I'm gonna have to really go to some therapy if I need to.
I'm gonna say
I
no
think
because
that
his
is a
mom
good
probably,
idea. I mean,
you know,
it's okay.
strayed him
It's
away
okay
from
to
that.
You grew up in a good, bad neighborhood?
I grew up in one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Seattle, Beacon Hill, Washington.
Have you ever had any long hospital stays?
When I had my teeth pulled.
You got your teeth pulled.
I don't do any drugs or pills, so I was like, give me Tylenol. I was crying like a baby.
Oh man! So you never taken pain
Yeah,
pills?
I'm the type of person to
in
do
your life?
Tylenol
Like,
too.
really?
I don't like that
yeah,
heavy
but
drugs.
any
I would
other
never.
hard stuff I don't do.
That's awesome. You were
Only
very
thing I done was
prominent about not
ibuprofen,
doing drugs
'cause I broke
and
my toe
pills. And so
twice.
yeah, I don't think you've been shot.
I do not think you have been shot.
I'm gonna say he's been shot. I'm gonna switch
Am
it
I
up. I'm
right?
gonna say yes, he's been shot.
No, you're not.
Not at all.
So yeah, I've been shot. I
Yes!
haven't been affiliated with gangs, but I have hustled the streets. I got shot in my face. It's not a good, that's not a difference.
Damn, I knew it was a damn bullet hole. Shit, I got a
Is that a
good
pellet
homie
gun?
with a bullet in his face. Like
What
that's
the
why I was
boy
like,
is
nah, you
that?
hold yourself like me. You got the scar, but I'm here to assume, and I did not assume.
I got shot from selling drugs, and it was a friend that robbed me and shot me over an ounce of weed.
A close friend, or
Weed.
just, you thought it was.
Been around my family, been around my daughters, been around
For
stuff
weed?
like that. So
That
I feel like he
happened.
goes back to the community and
Yeah,
tells the
we had,
community
like,
not
a
to
hood
do all
meeting,
this
one
and
of the
that.
friends
That's not, he
came
gives me
and
that
whatever,
vibe.
But yeah, dude. Did it change the way you make friends?
What he shot you
or
with?
Anything like that?
I don't trust many people.
Yep.
I don't like people behind me.
Nope.
Unless it's my kids, and they're kind of shady too. So
I'm not gonna tell
Don't
you to
do
go to
that.
therapy, but it helps.
nowadays,
Your
He's
own
a beautiful
people-
black man, and black men deserve to grow old. We deserve to be taken care of. So
Yes.
I like. Can I got it.
yes, please
Yes,
give me a
black
hug.
men.
Please,
I love that.
I need all that.
I love black unity.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, doing well. I mean, you're wearing like crochet. It's like, have you ever been shot before? It's like,
Maybe she shot
Big
somebody.
smile. Doesn't look like you've been around a lot of gun violence, but what do I know? Did you grow up in a bad
I
neighborhood?
feel like she has been shot.
No. Okay. Have you ever been in the hospital for a long time?
Nope.
Do you have any pain?
Nope.
No, she ain't been shot.
I feel like she's been
I don't
shot.
think that you have been shot.
I do not think that you've been shot before.
I have been shot. I was
Appearances
shot in
don't
a
mean
school
nothing.
shooting at my high school.
What the fuck?
What was the circumstance? Somebody just come in, or am I?
Yeah, there was a kid that was a year older than me, and he came in with an AR-15 and a handgun and killed a young gentleman, and then turned and shot 3 of my friends.
That has to be
He
so
was
traumatic.
fully set on killing as many children as he could, is what he said in his statement. So he fired bullets until he ran out of ammo, and we all tried to run, obviously. And then the janitor tackled him down. I didn't know I was shot until
I feel like I heard that story before.
got down in the classroom, and I looked down and I saw blood, and then I was like, oh my God. Fortunately, his AR-15 did jam, so he didn't get to use that gun. So it could have been lots worse, but doesn't mean
Just
it
a
wasn't
handgun.
terrible.
I mean, yeah.
So what happened with your
Looks
community?
don't mean
Did they
nothing.
adapt
I
to
felt
being
it in
more
my
strict on
spirit.
gun violence?
I'd say my community is still all about guns, which is really tough because I literally got shot at school.
Right.
So.
Right.
I
a place where you
understand
want to
like
feel safe.
the need
It's
for
crazy.
guns for self-defense, but there doesn't need to be AR-15s.
People, there's a need where
and
people actually need it,
AK-47s out there.
like myself,
It's
and there's people who
unnecessary.
take
Does
it
it affect
to
you? Like,
way
Yeah.
far.
mentally?
They don't
Every
need it.
time that I like know that there's a
It
gun
needs to be
around,
stricter things, but people
Oh,
making
so
money off of it. They're not
uncomfortable.
trying
I
to
get
make
so
no strict
anxious.
laws
loud
for
noises,
it.
things
It's
like
sad.
that.
Yeah,
Does that bug
yeah.
you? Yeah,
Cars backfiring, balloons popping.
Yeah, same.
Multiple of those things have caused panic attacks.
I'm sorry you went through that. Nobody should go through that.
May I ask how old you are?
It was when I was 14. I'm 19 now, so it's been about 5
Oh,
years.
my God.
Jesus, that is. Whew, that one's a little rough. No tea, no shade. I just been around it so much as a kid and seeing it still going on, and I'm 32. I think that's crazy. Anyway,
I agree.
you are a survivor. I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
For sure,
Thank
for
you
sure.
very much.
Nice to meet you. Take care
Nice
now.
to meet you.
All right. I need some water after that.
God, I need to cry after this.
Hearing about a school shooting compared to like gangs feels totally different because we chose to be around that. We know what we're getting into, but that is like, they're just at school, man.
I like his
I mean, just
shirt.
looking at your eyes, I feel like you're trying to hide something from me.
You look nice.
Thank you.
I don't scream being shot when I first see you. I could have went to college with you. You just seem like somebody that's got their life together and is staying up.
Do you go to therapy?
I used to.
So when you stopped going, you thought you got over it, or was it?
I'm gonna say
I
yes.
stopped going because I started looking into more like spirituality.
I feel
I
like
like that.
somebody in
Have you
shoes
dated,
with
like, bad
probably
boys,
did
or-
something to
I
her.
had my fair share of dating.
Yeah, I think she's
So,
been with
like,
somebody that's
I
probably
just
did
feel like
something
a man
to her.
got you in trouble. Yes, you've been shot before.
I don't think you've been shot,
I'ma
but
say
I do
yeah.
think that you have experienced gun violence in some kind of way.
Spot on.
What happened?
Yeah, I agree
So
with
when
that.
I was in college, I used to work at this coffee
Somebody
donut
probably
shop.
put a gun to
One
her-
day this
her or
lady came in
something.
during like a really rush hour kind of thing. She asked, "Can I use the bathroom?" She said, "I don't want to make the mess out here." And I'm like, "You got to take the key and get like just go, you know?"
Wow.
So it turns out that she actually assembled a shotgun in the bathroom. I felt the shotgun go off. I felt it in my feet first. And I knocked, didn't open the door, went back, grabbed the extra key, opened the door, and I found her dead on the ground with like blood all over her face.
Oh.
The shotgun and her shoe was off, you know, because she pulled the trigger with her toe
Toe.
or something.
Yeah. Wait a minute. We gotta go back.
It's crazy,
Hold up, hold up,
right?
hold
Yeah.
up, hold up. She said she didn't want to make a mess.
Yeah, like now
of
when I look
her.
back at it, she was probably talking about like she doesn't want to
She didn't want
like,
blood
kill
everywhere.
herself in front of us. Or
Oh,
You didn't
my
see the
Jesus.
shotgun?
Yeah,
Did
it
she
was
not have the
really lucky
shotgun with
there,
her?
you know, but I was really lucky I had a good team that took care of me after for months and months. Yeah.
That's good. And I'm glad you're figuring it out and
Oh my
taking your
God.
own path with this.
For sure.
I do appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you so much.
I've never seen.
I'm gonna get some more.
No. I've seen people who gotten shot
Such
in
sweet
hospitals.
eyes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't
I see
give
that-
me like violent background.
Did you grow up in a bad
got.
neighborhood?
I feel like he's gotten shot before.
Yeah, you could say that.
Did you do any like gang-related activities?
I was just playing football and basketball.
Okay, I know
He
these
reminds me
guys.
of somebody I
these guys.
know.
They just doing their thing. They want to be left
Such
alone.
beautiful
You know,
eyes.
you probably one
He
of those
reminds me of
cats.
somebody I know.
How was your like high school, middle school?
Every grade was a little bit different.
Okay.
So like through 5th grade, it was all private school.
I feel like
Okay.
he's good.
Private
He has
school,
a good
Got a
vibe.
soft voice, standing up straight. I don't think you've been shot.
I think he
don't
has.
think that you've been shot.
I don't think you've been shot. You stayed out the way. You played sports. Am I right?
No, you're wrong.
Yeah, I should have vibe.
Oh
It
damn!
was actually recently.
Recently.
Yeah. Just on the bus.
Probably in the
last year.
leg or in
Some
the
guy
arm.
was drunk and high, jumped up, slapped me. I told him he needed to back up, and then he spit on me. I'm like, you're a bitch.
Right.
And that's when he pulled his gun out, and I'm pissed. So I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're still a bitch. I don't care you have a gun. And so that's when he tilted to the side, and I was like, of course. So he shot one time, cut my arm, but he shot
Yeah.
4 more times after that.
I mean, did anybody else get hit?
No, it was still like 20 people on the bus though. So he could
They
have
didn't
killed
do
somebody
any-
else, and if
Yeah.
it hadn't hit my arm, it would have killed the guy next to me.
Were you injured from the shooting?
Yeah.
Damn,
Blew my arm out.
dude.
So I had to have 2 surgeries.
Damn.
this
Is
is
your
all-
bones
Is
busted?
he in jail?
Yeah, so it shattered my whole
Poor
front bone. It's
boy.
still in my arm.
Yeah,
It's right
it'll
here.
come out eventually. My friend got shot in the chest, and his popped out after time.
Yeah.
Get well, brother. No more woofing on busters.
What was this?
Why did nobody on the bus do anything?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't talk about my situation much. I have friends that I've had for over 30 years, and they find out I got shot, and they be like, what the fuck? I didn't know this. I never really felt I need to. I don't like to
I
bring
have
it
a
up
friend
'cause
like
I
that.
don't want people to
Will
look
not
at me
tell
like
you
I'm a
nothing
victim.
until like
What
years
did they
later.
get wrong about your experience?
I genuinely think people just assume that I'm gonna have intense trauma from it. It's not in control of me. I'm not like,
He has
this
such
is,
a beautiful
that's my life
eyes.
now. I'm the dude that was shot.
I think people kind of just downplay my emotions. There's like the strong black woman stereotype.
Yeah.
Like even when I was crying, people knew that I was still gonna go to work and finish. And I don't know what about that is. It's like you still have to
Yeah.
get your job done.
Don't get me wrong, it is part of the lifestyle.
Hate it.
Drugs, all that stuff, guns, it's part of the dangers of lifestyle. The stereotype of that is that fact that you deserve it. We know that's a dangerous life, but you still don't deserve to die from it.
What was the recovery process like for you?
Lengthy. I'm missing 3 feet of my small intestine.
Ooh.
I don't have a gallbladder anymore. I had an ileostomy bag for a while. If this happened like 20 years ago, I would have had it forever. But shout out medical advances.
Yeah.
I can
The
shit
ostomy
more
bags
weight.
are not for the
The
weak.
bullet bounced
Oof.
around. It broke my neck,
Thanks.
the C5 vertebrae. It broke my neck. It went out the side of my neck right here. It's a small
Ooh.
exit hole. And I was telling myself, get up and walk. But I couldn't. Like my brain was saying do it, but my body was not responding. But I didn't know until the medics had gotten there that bullet had broken my neck and had temporarily paralyzed me. They were going through my wallet and they were like, oh, they found out my name. They put out a picture of my daughter and they put the picture of my daughter in my hand. And so,
Shout out to the medical team.
I'm
I'm gonna cry right now. I'm not gonna cry.
like,
That's tough. I hate crying. Okay. Get back in there.
I think about that shit. That it bothers me because, what if I'd been stupid enough to bring my daughter with me?
My bone was so fragile at some point, if anything happened, it would just snap back in half. Just now it got to a good point where I can start being able to hold my son properly.
We're driving, give me the ambulance. We're driving to the hospital, and and they're, they try to keep you
gosh.
awake and alert. And then all of a sudden, I hear them say, "Oh shit, we're losing him. We're losing him." And they're like, "Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open." And then, I don't remember shit after that. So they said I actually died on the way to the hospital.
Stop! You made me cry.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing.
That's some real
I was
shit.
super lucky. The bullet didn't hit any of my major arteries or my ovaries or my hip bone. It was the emotional problems that stuck with me, though.
I think the what if moment scared me the most and really kept me up at night. In my heart, I thought I want to save her, I want to be able to help her. But the worst part is, I didn't even know if she was actually dead or if she was just her chest was obviously blasted. I was scared to go back, what if she shot me? What if she was still alive and she shot me? So this lingering guilt that I had, that what if I could have saved her? I think that's been the hardest part.
Did surviving it move you away from a life that potentially could have killed you, or do you not think about it that way?
Nah, it didn't, because that's not what you think about. You eventually try to go straight, but you can't. But it did make me change my ways for a long time, man. I started drinking heavy, doing a lot of cocaine, powder,
Cocaine?
self-medicating. But I guess when I was talking to the
That's
interviewers
all
earlier,
weed,
and I said I've never been to therapy, I guess that was my therapy, was the medication. But it didn't medicate you, because then you got to come down off that shit and you got to start to face reality again. It took me a long time to recover from that. It's I'm 2 years sober.
Good.
From alcohol
Good.
now, but I'm over 3 or 4 years sober from any cocaine or powder or anything like that.
Great.
But it takes its large fucking toll on you.
Did your
It is
thoughts on
so
it
sad to hear stuff like that. Because some people don't even come out of that.
It just reassured me that I need to self-carry to protect.
And to actually
My
see
thoughts
something
on
like
guns
that is
changed
just
completely. Since I went
see
to that
it
high school that was
is
really
very
Republican
hurtful.
and pro-guns, after the shooting, when everyone was still pro-guns, it kind of confused me. I was like, wait, but we all just got shot at school, and now you're still.
They don't care unless it's actually
all
done
great
to
about
them.
this?
That's why.
What needs to change?
I don't think there's any reason any person should own an AR-15, an AK-47, any semi-automatic gun. Background checks, waiting periods, and maybe individuals that started to care. I feel like there's a lot of people in the United States that send their thoughts and prayers when that doesn't do
Nothing.
anything. I was going to school on a random Wednesday when I got shot, and that could be anybody.
How was this experience, Britt?
I feel heavy, but I also feel very privileged that everyone here is here with us and able to share their stories today.
It's cool to see people change and evolve as they go through life, but also to hear like the trauma some of them face is you know, heart-wrenching.
It was challenging, but it was very humbling to hear everybody's story because I feel like I haven't talked to anybody about that part of my life, honestly, when I think about it. I come from an environment where gun violence was very potent. I've been in 3 school shootings. I've had family members murdered by guns. I've had family members get put in because of guns, you know, so I've seen it on every scale, every side, and just seeing it consistently happen, I just know that, like, we gotta do better. We need to do better. I'm just thankful for y'all. That's all. That's it.
Okay, guys, that was amazing. I will say, as somebody who has worked in the medical field for more than 3 years, you do see a lot, and some of their stories I definitely can relate to. With the girl, or with the guy that got shot in the arm, or people who I've seen have addictions just because they fell into like a little slooper, whatever you call it, because they fell in off the deep end because they had something traumatic. That is very sad to see. And a lot of people judge off in the medical field of, oh, that person's on drugs, but you don't understand what got them to that point. I've met a lot of people who've been shot, and I met this one person, it stuck with me. He got shot. He was 28, I was 21, so he was 28. He was a handsome man, okay, handsome black man. He got shot in his spine 8 times, and he was paralyzed. And it was so sad. And it's just like, taking time out of my day to go and talk to this man. And mind you, nobody really talked to him. He was just sitting in his room, staring at the wall, watching TV 24/7, 7 days a week. That's all he did. And I told him, I don't even like talking about this stuff, but I did tell him that like every day I actually did work at that facility because I was traveling, so I would just go there here and there. But I mainly came there just to see him to make sure he was okay. Like, he told me he liked to read books. I would read books to him and stuff like that. Like, just, that was some of the stuff that I actually did do, because you have people in the medical field who actually care, and you have a lot of people who don't care and just get so desensitized to all of that stuff. And what the black girl was saying about black women being strong, I 100% agree with that, because I've had people die on me. Ooh, well, hold on. I've had people die that I've worked with before, but luckily I wasn't there for that. And when I came back, like, it's this eerie feeling that you feel when you're in somebody's, you know, in the space where that person once was, and you feel this, like, it feels weird and awkward, but yet they expect to do your job times 10. Or if something traumatic happens and you still have to cater to that person. It's a lot that happens. And there is the main reason as to why I don't work in the healthcare field as of right now. I probably talk about that later. Something really traumatic happened to me, a lot of things. But I think that last thing was like the last straw for me. But I've had gun violence happen to me. Somebody pulled a gun out on me before. Mind you, I was minding my business. That's why I don't like to go out no more. I don't like to, and I've had a lot of just bad instances happen to me where I mind my business. So I believe in people having guns to protect themselves, but not like, not to do other things with it. But I've had somebody close to me, people who are actually really close to me know the story, but I've had my older brother, he was shot and killed at a club, actually. It was a robbery at the club. He was shot in his head and he died on instant. Him and his friend died. The bullet went through his head and came out of his head and went into his friend's mouth and came out the friend's mouth. They both died. And this was actually on a day before Christmas. This was when I think I was 12 or 13. So it was my older brother, whatever. But that is, I've been close to things that have happened before and stuff like that. So I don't believe in guns for people to do malicious things, but yet we live in an evil world, so there's so much you can just say and do, and yet it's still not going to change. So I don't agree with gun violence. I don't agree with any of it. I don't ever think it's going to change. All I could do is pray and read my Bible, and you guys need to get close to God, because you never know when you're going to get out of this world. You never know. But anyways, guys, thank you for coming to this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any stories or whatever, let me know. If you guys like to see anything different, let me know, and I'll catch you next one. Bye.
I can't have you when I'm under the next one.